Okay, we continue our theme with the coronation, and we're going to find out about some big lunch events taking part throughout the whole of Northern Ireland. The Eden Project are encouraging you to take part as well. We'll find out more because Gráinne McCluskey joins us in the studio. How are you?
Hiya, not too bad.
Busy time of year for you.
It is, good fun.
So tell us what's happening. Street parties all over Northern Ireland then?
Well, that's the plan. So the big lunch has been running since 2009, and Queen Camilla is our patron and has been since 2013 after the Diamond Jubilee, when we were an official part of that. So we were part of the Platinum Jubilee last year, and now the coronation big lunch is the big thing for 2023.
Exactly. So you want everybody to get involved and hold some kind of party. And I know there's lots of street parties being organised, isn't there?
Yeah, so it's really exciting times. We were actually out this last couple of weeks running a roadshow to help people, because it's not just community groups. Sometimes people think, oh, you have to be a group or you have to be a charity or something to organise something here. But actually it's about families and neighbours coming together. The whole point of the coronation big lunch is about people coming together. That's
so
what the big lunch is
somebody
all
watching
about.
this now who's got a little street of like 5 or 6 houses, they can just have a party.
Yeah, I mean, just, grab a couple of chairs and something to share and sit in the garden. It's kind of bring us back to what we were doing during COVID, except we're allowed to come together now, let's embrace that. We're very much about building community spirit and helping people make connections, because it's actually got an environmental benefit. People will know Eden Project as a social enterprise and an educational environmental charity, and so they're kind of like, well, why are you doing street parties, But for us, it's more about how you engage other people, how you bring people in, and how people can collectively do things. And if you're sitting down together with a bit of food, you're more likely to find out something that, from somebody else, learn something, whether that is actually how to recycle, or, swap a uniform, or, borrow a lawnmower. And those, particularly during this current time, cost of living's affecting everybody.
Yeah.
Like the price of bread now, crazy. So parties are more expensive, and people are saying, why are you encouraging people to do parties? They can't afford electric. But actually, when you bring people together and, you can do things on a really low budget, using what you've got, then you have those connections that are useful, and you find out things about what's available, and, if something breaks, you can borrow.
Yeah.
And kind of go back to those old-fashioned ways of being.
And it goes back to what we were talking about at the start of the show when Kim was on. We were talking about people being isolated, people feeling lonely in areas as well, maybe don't have any family around them. This is a good way to support those people and get them out into your community as well, isn't it?
100%. I mean, the whole point in the big lunch is it happens on your doorstep. So, we invest a lot of time and energy in encouraging people to come out to things. And actually, those who are feeling most lonely or maybe most isolated may feel the barriers to doing things like that, and so you tend to get friendly people going to those things. And the good thing about the big lunch is it kind of craftily brings people just outside their door, and then that gives them that little bit of comfort of meeting someone and having that encouragement to go on and do more. And that's kind of why National Lottery funds the big lunch, and has been, they've been funding us for a number of years now, and we're very, very proud of our relationship there, because we've been able to support communities and neighbourhoods to go on to do more where they live, and National Lottery have kindly funded some of that, and that has meant then that those communities have grown and people have become more connected, and it has reduced loneliness, but it's also reduced things like numbers of 999 calls, because you've got somebody to come in and help and support you, and there's lots of evidence around how when you have a disconnected community, it costs more to the public sector. So there's a lot of other benefits that you don't see behind the cupcakes and the bunting. But I mean, that's one of the reasons why Queen Camilla has actually been a patron for a while, because her views around reducing that loneliness and getting people to be more community spirited at a local level.
So as we said, there's lots going on. There's something big happening in Fermanagh, isn't there?
Yeah, so Salman would not be happy if I didn't give him a wee mention, because he's been really supportive of the wider network and encouraging other people to take part as well. We would have a few champions in different places, because the big lunch is, more than the coronation as well. It's about communities across Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK, and in fact the whole world now. We've got people doing things in Cuba.
Wow.
But in Fermanagh, on Monday the 8th, they're having a big help out and big lunch combo day, and it's all about fundraising for the RNLI and encouraging people to take and do more volunteering where they live.
Brilliant. Well, if people want to get involved, they can click onto your website and get some resource help, can't they?
They can then pick whether they want to do a coronation big lunch or whether they'd like to do one of our annual big lunches, because we have a whole month of community in June. So you might want to celebrate your local volunteers or do something to reduce loneliness. or even just fundraise for your local football club. So you go to thebiglunch.com and then you pick your pack. And if you want to do a coronation big lunch, there's still loads of time. As I said, it's just a chair, something to share. And there's actually a letter there from the King and Queen.
Wow.
So they can download that letter, and it's a nice memento, I think, a little piece of history as well.
Best of luck with all of the lunches for the coronation and the stuff happening in June as well. Ainsley Harriott is also encouraging people to get out and do something, isn't he?
Yeah, Ainsley's been a really strong supporter of the big lunch for a number of years. He's got some great recipes on the website as well. But, you know, he's been out and about encouraging people to get going at the street level.
Brilliant. Well, we'll have a look at this. Here is the legend himself, Ainsley Harriott.
The coronation big lunch. Oh, how exciting it's going to be for everybody. It's about being able to knock on your neighbour's door and just sort of say, hey, we're having a little get together. Do you fancy coming out?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing?
If you want to find out more, go to coronationbiglunch.com and there's everything you need there, from invitations you can print out, ideas to get you started, recipes and everything. We've been working with the National Lottery for many years and they make all of this possible for us, so they give us the means to invite everybody to come to the table.
Hello, my lovely. How are you? Fantastic.
This is George.
Hello, George. How are you? Hey, George, are you going to be... Yes, you're going to come to the party?
It gets the community involved, it gets the family involved, and the results are, well, it's just so rewarding.
Hey, so come on, have a wee bit of fun with your neighbours at the big lunch.